Ah, there we are. We are live, guys. Hello,
Hey,
hello, hello. Hey, hi.
Hi everyone.
Hi, everybody. Good afternoon from the UK. It's good evening from Australia. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon from wherever you're watching us from. Yes, we are here again today, and thank you to everybody who has been supporting us, watching our videos, and getting with us on our both our Facebook pages and our Facebook profiles. We don't take it for granted. We are here today with the two ladies, three ladies actually, two in Australia. They're almost saying good morning to their Sunday, and I just said good morning to my Saturday. So Earth, I usually say Earth is big, guys, but here we are. It's been a while, but hey, here we are. And today's topic is what's the difference between living and surviving, right? Have you ever thought of that? Have you ever thought if there is actually a difference? Because there is a difference between living and surviving. And unfortunately, with the systems and everyday's challenges and what people go through, people don't actually look at those things. But it's something that you're supposed to look at if you really want to see change in your life. Without further ado, let me first of all allow my fellow business entrepreneurs to introduce themselves before we go ahead. And starting with you, Shiro. Shiro on my left, right.
Hi everyone. Hi. It's good to be back again on a cold Saturday night. God, we're getting into winter, and winter has started too early for us. But anyway, we are still thankful because we are alive and kicking. As you heard, my name is Shiro, or others call me Priscilla. I am a mom. I'm a wife. I'm a mompreneur. I'm a digital marketer, and I'm grateful to be here on this Saturday evening. It's 10:15 p.m. Saturday here in Canberra. Yeah, I'm originally from Kenya, but I'm coming live from Canberra. Good to be here.
Perfect. Thank you. And brace yourself for winter. I understand your winter is coming while our summer is incoming. So good luck, guys.
Ah,
Priscilla, introduce yourself. Tell us the weather where you are.
hi everyone. Habari zenyu. My name is Priscilla Gasha. I am a digital mentor. I am also a mom of two girls and a school teacher here. Now, I've made my move from South Australia. Now we live in Victoria, and here it is definitely colder.
Mm.
Definitely colder by more degrees than we would like. So we're bracing for a cold winter here. So so there's that.
Oh,
It's been it's nice to catch up with you ladies and see what's happening.
oh, thank you, and welcome. And yeah, again, enjoy your winter, guys. I've been crying. I wish I could show you my outside. It's so beautiful. As soon as I finish this live, I will go and clean my car because it's such a beautiful weather. In the UK, we say enjoy it while it lasts. I might be texting you or calling you in the next 1 or 2 hours, and it will be storming crazy. So we are enjoying this weather while it lasts. Yeah.
Yeah.
So for me, as you have heard me say, I am in the UK, originally from Kenya.
Mm.
My name is Betty. I'm also a mom of two girls. Something that makes us one thing in common with us, with these ladies. And just like them, I moved to the UK because of love. I am married to a husband, one husband. I think nowadays you have to say that. And we live here in the. I've been living here in the UK for since 2013. So I'm coming to my 12 years next month. And yeah, other than just being married, I'm also a business owner, a successful one. I've been in the business for the last 6 years. I can't believe I'm saying that. 6 years, it feels like just yesterday. And I'm also a business coach in the business and recently hit one of the milestones. So I am thankful that I'm here today with these amazing girls. We've been on this journey with these girls. I didn't know Priscilla before the business. So it's one of the things about our business. It helps you meet all those people from all walks of lives. At least for Shiro, we've known each other from high school. And thanks to this
Yeah.
business, we reunited because I think after high school, we both went our ways. but then because of this business, we've now come together. So today's topic, it is one of those topics that, as I said, people don't think much about it. And na watu wanasemanga aje, si bora tu nimekula na nimelala niko poa. But there is a very big difference between living and surviving, and that's what we want to talk about today. And before we do that, let me explain what our business is all about so that you can understand why we want to live rather than survive. So our business is all about somebody like you out there. You want to, you know, you want something that can change your life, not just a side hustle, but you want a business that can finally come and help you live in your own terms. So in our program, we give you the benefits and the full package. We try and say it's killing two birds with one stone. So we give you the training, we give you the marketing tools, we give you the automation, and we also make sure that you're not doing it alone. So you have your mentor and you have a coach. You also have a community that is now can you imagine, over 250,000 members in the whole world. I still say that, and I feel goosebumps because I remember when I joined it, we were only like just over 14,000 members. That's 6 years ago. So you can see the growth between 2019 and now. It's such a big growth. And why we do our business the way we do it is because we realize that so many people know they already want change, but they don't know where to start. I know so many people are saying, oh, I really need change. But if you ask them, what kind of business do you want to do? Some of them, unfortunately, and I was in that situation, I didn't know where to start. I didn't know which is the best business. But in this community, we have already done our due diligence and we now know the best partners. How can you make money and make it faster? How can you work on your business, but instead of working hard, we help you to work smart? Instead of the little time you have, the little free time you have after work, after long shifts, long day in work, and maybe night shifts, instead of taking away the few hours you have, again, to come and do a business traditionally, how can we implement that few hours or even give you back some of that time? Yeah. So that is what we do in our business. So unless you're really, really not willing to do these things, then I don't know, because you need to be coachable. First of all, you need to be coachable. Your mindset needs to be there where you know, yes, I want something better. I want to start living, not surviving. Because right now, most of the people who are in the situation where they are working and they are paying the bills, and they still have nothing in the back of their mind where they are thinking, I want change. What's happening right now in your life? You are just surviving. And that's why you hear somebody say, nie ndehaga biro, ndehagwo mwisho wa mweri pesa kabisa fiu ugona mbeca nĩ ciaingĩra thimũ-inĩ yaku, cikaingĩra mũcara, unalipa stima, I don't know ni rent ama ni mortgage, maji, nini. Ukihinga maitho ũguo, niseme kama msichana mwingine aliniambia, niĩ hingaga maitho ũguo ngĩhingũria ngĩrora ningĩ ngarora o harĩa ndĩrarĩ nĩ hodi. Nimebakisha tu pesa kidogo twa maybe kulipa msichana wa kazi ama kulipa child care, pesa imeisha. That is not living. That is surviving. Because surviving is whereby you have to keep working and working for you to be able to sustain yourself. But living is whereby, yes, you have paid those bills. Yes, you have gone on your dream holidays. Yes, you have done all these other things that you've always wanted to do. But you don't have to worry about, guys, sina pesa, leo gweka atia. Sasa tena nitatoa wapi pesa ya kulipa hiyo credit card nilitumia kwenda holiday? And I always say this, watu wengi wakitoka holiday, andũ mokaga makiranĩire ngari-inĩ kana ndege-inĩ. Tondũ ũreuria atĩrĩrĩ kahiũ marĩ rũndũ rũkarĩhwo atia. So you know you have another 2 or 3, 5 years to pay for that loan. That is surviving. But living is whereby, you know, I have traveled first class, however I have traveled, but I don't have to look back and now start regretting or thinking, oh, singetumia hiyo pesa yote. So that is what we are talking about here. And that is exactly what our business gives you. It has the potential to give you exactly that, your dream holiday, your dream car, your dream home, all those things. But let me leave the floor to the ladies so they can explain a little bit more, and then I will take over after that. Start with you, Shiro. What do you think? How can you explain the difference between living and surviving?
No, you've hit the nail on the head, because a lot of us, what happens, as we said, when we grew up, we were told, when the shule, When the
Yeah.
university, ukimaliza high school, when the uni, and then after university, you go and get a very nice job. Now, that is where, like, our minds were all in one place. Like, we were all set up in a box whereby that is the only life we know. And that's going to find that one job wasn't going to help you in anything else, because that one job is like kamshahara kanaingia. At the end of the month, you expect there's a mshahara, and then to keep you in that job, they give you that, those PPDs or evaluation we do either at the end of the year or financial year. Alafu wanasema, oh, you've done so well, and then they give you an increment of 1% or 3%.
Imagine.
So it's like telling you, oh, here you've done well. So that blocks our minds and tell us, let's still stick here, because see, they've given me an increment. But then when you look at that increment, it doesn't help, because at the end of the day, as you said, unalipa bills, unalipa msichana wa kazi, you don't even leave any for when you need to do that something for yourself. Huwezi hata jipeleka manikiwa. You can't even go and treat yourself for every time you want to take yourself to lunch, unajiambia, I am on a budget. I am on a budget. Every time. You don't even have that place whereby after when you decide to go and do something good for yourself, or when you decide, I want to help so and so, you don't feel the pinch. Because why? Our jobs, most of us are paying the bills, they're paying that. You are not left with any extra, or even that extra you're left with, you have to keep it there, so that in time of the day of the rainy day, that's the one they call a rainy day, you will be able to use it.
Oh, my
But that
goodness.
is because of the way we were brought. We were never, I wish somebody had told us, you know what, go to school, go to uni, get your degrees and all that. You don't have to be employed. You can always even employ yourself or find something good. If we had started like this business, as you said, a long time ago, if you knew all about it, because some people have been in this business for so long. But it's because they knew they were entrepreneurs and they always knew. Or any other business that we ever thought. We wouldn't be in a box. We wouldn't all be enclosed in a box. We would be thinking out of the box. And we wouldn't be fearful of taking risk. We will be risk. We will be very good risk takers, because we would have taken 1, 2, 3 risks, and we know, and we've learned from them. And then we take another. When we take this other one, we wouldn't fear. We'll be taking each and everything headlong. So as you said, most of us are living. I mean, most of us are surviving. We're not living. Because at the end of the day, that is all. Especially with the way everything has gone up. If it's not mortgage, unasikia bank haipeleki rates chini, so your mortgage is either going up, or you're paying more than you used to pay. Or when you go right now, by the way, I was saying, when I go to the market, the things that I used to buy for $80 was so much. Now what I used to buy for $80 is $40.
Yes.
So you can imagine that big difference in this time and day. But if we had that, somebody said, let's not call it a side hustle. It is your hustle that you know that it is going to give you something good out of it. So at the end of the day, when you're doing that hustle that you've chosen instead of your 9 to 5, then it is going to help you live instead of surviving.
Oh,
Yeah.
true, yes. Oh, and I like how you have spoken about when we were growing up and we were told, go to school, become. And I remember in our times, and I think you guys would resonate, because we lived in those times where we were told, "Renda wewe utwike nurse." Like, hata huulizi unataka kuwa nini, you're like, wewe utwike HR. So, well, I've had so many of my friends and people back home saying, niĩ ndekire kothi na nĩgetha ngenie mũciari, kana ndathire cukuru ngĩka kĩna nĩgetha ngenie my dad. But here is the thing, even though you went and did your dream course, say, I don't know, you wanted to be an engineer and that's what you did. The thing is, if you're out here and you're employed, you are helping somebody else out there, one of the big dogs out there, to build their empires. Well, just like Shiro has said, if only schools and if only people could understand that they can have their minds become a little bit diverse, where they would think, you know what, I have this degree, but actually I can try and do this business to live in my own terms and build it from there or something, then life would be better. But sometimes we find ourselves in either ni hiyo course uliambiwa ufanye ulifanya, so you're the nurse, you're a nurse for the rest of your life na hupendi, or you find unatafuta job you're just not fitting in. So you've wasted so much time now trying to understand what's going on. Or maybe you did that dream job, dream course, you have your dream job, but then again you are exchanging so much of your time, so much of your freedom being in that work. So uragaria nginya guthi holiday ukerwo atiriri Priscilla ndungithie tondu Shiruna muko nake timu ri na ndari kuo ri eterera acoke. You're looking at that guy like nishalipa whatever, maybe you had paid some tickets or something to go somewhere, and they're like, I don't care. So here you are compromising your job and going away. So how then can we start living in those terms where, you know what, I feel like going on holiday and I feel like going on holiday tomorrow, and you can do that. Can you do that? Of course you can. Of course you can. So there is a very big difference between when you want to make decisions for yourself and when someone else is making those decisions for you, because as Shiro said, there will never be a time where it will be in your favor. And end of year who was the best performing, the brilliant performer, okay, what do you get? I don't know how Amazon voucher,
wine bottle
hata labda hukunywangi wine
hadi kwaja
na gakandi thank you ugacoka kwa mundu akaigirire haria hake haria the best part in the house how nigetha andu mone. I'm like, why? It's good, yes, you've been encouraged, but you've been encouraged to do what? To make more millions for that somebody who really don't care about you. If something happens to you tomorrow, or if you came and say to that person, oh, I've always wanted to go to Fiji, tondu made brilliant performer ndukihe tu ngiri icio ithano ndihe ndege thie Fiji, watakuangalia watakwambia, wataanza kukutafutia makosa wakufute kazi ama wakuchekelee. So why? So if you really have a chance to start living, go for it. Go for it. You can leverage what you have. We are now living in the online era. Try and leverage. Na njiraga andu maita maingi Facebook ti ya guthii ugiethaga andu aria mwakoragwo nao aria mwathiaga nao Sunday school kana aria mwathomaga nao. It is all purely for businesses. Yes, it's good, it's brought us back together, lakini it is for the purpose of business. So try and look at what do you do on Facebook. Every evening you look at your YouTube, your TikTok, what have you been doing? If you have not made any money, just know that you can on that Facebook. So leverage it. Priscilla, what are your takes? What are your takes, please?
Me when you told us let's talk about surviving and thriving, I was so shocked. I was surviving and the difference between actually living and surviving. I was shocked to realize just by the definitions alone, when I went to look, just by definition alone, everything we are doing and everything a lot of people do is because one, they want to stop surviving, or they are living, but they want to increase. They want to increase what they have for legacy of children, and also to be able to have something that is their own, something tangible that is not just related to their career or their day-to-day job. Because let's be honest, it's not everyone who starts a business or a digital business because they want to get out of survival mode. Others are already living and they want to do when they realize the benefits offered by our business, they go for it. They really just go for it. So for me, one thing that I found is that I found a saying that said, ni mimi tu ama internet yangu ndo inaruka kidogo.
So, lakini
imerudi. Nikaona ati living. Okay, surviving is when you're getting by, you know. As you said, you explained it so well. Yes, unapata pesa, lakini you're barely getting by and there's no more. Lakini living, nile ati you're actively engaging with life, you know. You are experiencing joy, you are pursuing meaningful goals. There's no way you'll be able to pursue meaningful goals if you're surviving. Number one, when you stop going for that job, you won't be able to pay your bills. So you won't be able to, you cannot be joyful and you can't pursue any goals then.
Mm.
So sometimes you have to. And then another thing I saw was surviving is reactive. Unakutwa tu na majambo, unakutwa tu, woi,
Yeah.
this has happened, woi, something else. And then you react to everything that's going on.
Yeah.
Usually you're able to react well or however, but you're reacting. Alafu sasa, living is proactive. It's you who's making that intentional choice. You're the one who is deciding you don't want to survive anymore. Whether you're able to or not, it is a choice you make. And usually these choices that you make are the ones that lead you to be able to get out of that survival mode. You
True,
know?
yes.
Mm.
Because now even us, when we listen to, and we've talked about our own experiences here, we've talked about how we started our own digital businesses, how we went about setting them up, the challenges we've come across, and we have guests who come in and share their own opinions. Everyone has their own different story, and you can see how through that you're able to get yourself out of survival mode and you're able to live. And those of us who are living, you're able to create legacy, create something new for yourself. So this topic, I found it so useful for someone who's out there. And especially when we do have our saying that we like saying, faith over fear, faith over fear, because someone who's in survival mode is worried even more. You're just sitting there worried, is this something else that I have to survive in? Is this something that I'm going to just be getting by? Because if you start a business or do anything thinking you're just going to be getting by, it's exactly what will just keep happening. You'll just be getting by. But when you come in and you work on your mindset and you work on you work on the training that's provided and everything that we have, the ability to thrive is and start living is high. Where we found in our community, we have people who quit those day jobs of theirs. There's no need for them anymore, and they're able to pursue their goals. Unaona watu they're able to build homes for their parents, they're able to give back to community, they're able to build schools where they come from, give back to people who need it in different places around the world. And for me, I think that is what you call living. Si ati tu unapelekwa na maisha hivi hivi, ni hata wewe unajisimamia, unasema ai, sitaki kuenda hivi, mi nitaenda hivi leo, ama that that kind of thing. So I thought this was a really, really good topic to have and to even bring to our audience. And we find out, guys, are you living or are you surviving? And if you're surviving, have you looked to see what else is out there that can get you out of this survival mode?
And
Yeah.
especially in this winter, we don't want to be surviving. You want to be living.
Oh my
Actually, it's
God.
getting cold. You don't want to feel like you wake up. You don't want to get out of your bed. You just want to stick out there. So if you're surviving, you will have to get out of that bed and go and survive.
True.
But if you're living,
my
you have
goodness.
a choice of saying, today, let me take that day off.
And here's another thing. You have a choice to even switch on that AC. I know there are people who don't even switch it because they're just living in survival.
Yeah.
I know.
No, true, yes.
Yeah.
I know that for sure. You know what? There comes a time when it's freezing. It's so cold. But when you go to somebody's house, it's even colder than outside. Why? Sitaki kuhakisha heater. Inakula do.
I
What?
know.
Like, and I understand because the way of living is the cost of living is so high now here. I don't know about Australia, but in the UK it's just gone crazy. So you understand why people are doing that. And it's a shame. It's a shame because unajua nini, wale watu tuliacha home wanafikiria hapa maisha ni Cerelac na ni mteremko tu, so how do you start proving those people back home right? Mnafikirianga huku pesa ni mteremko, mnafikirianga huku maisha ni nywe. How do we prove them right? Because right now, and that's why unaonanga simu and I heard, it was funny, I was reading somewhere yesterday, Someone who is living here, they say every time I see a phone call from home, I don't answer it anymore because you know exactly what they want and you don't have it. So how
Ama
then
you
do
see
you
a message
start?
that says hi. A message that says hi.
When you say hi, oh you attack after that, oh yeah, una delete, you delete before you read. You was on a blue tick on the other side. You know how do you go back to that where you know your uncle is texting you, your auntie, your mom is calling you, and you're like, yeah, whatever. And we can. And I like how Priscilla has spoken about living is whereby it's allowing you to enjoy life, thrive in your life,
Mm,
and also
Even enjoying
grow.
that is
Yes, and enjoying that, a see that hitting whatever it is, and also more importantly, start creating that empire for your future generation. Because unfortunately, right now, many people are not doing that because we are only going to work. And I always give an example and say, unfortunately, things happen. Something can happen in work where you can no longer work there. They will not stand around and tell you, hey, thiĩ tũrehere mwanake ũrĩa waku mwega agĩgũtĩkĩre over. Kana thiĩ tũrehere mũirĩtu.
mm,
By the time unatoka kwa hiyo mlango, they would be thinking of replacing you with someone who they are gonna pay
yeah.
less money. They don't care.
yes.
They really do not care. But here is a situation where I don't know, you've decided, you know what, I'm in a place in my business where let me pass it on to my children now. Let me go and enjoy Mioka. Let me go whatever I want. Let me bow out, me and my husband. Let's go and enjoy. But you have left those children at a place where they don't have to come and start from the scratch like you.
Mm,
They don't have to come and be bossed around by managers and supervisors. They are coming to start from where you stopped. And I always like to say this. By the way, our business has got something we call lifetime monthly incentives. So if they are coming into that, that is where they will start from. They don't have to start from where you started. So are you looking at something like that? Or are you just thinking about tukiugĩte no kũgeria meni watinda atĩa no kũgeria meni but no kũgeria meni ĩyo when you're looking at it, when you look back, you're like, I've been working for this company for 10-15 years. What can I show for it? Nothing. And you know what, there is also something I believe in where and congratulations to anybody who has managed to get the deposit to put down for their mortgage. But here's the thing about mortgage. You do realize that the same mindset that told you can actually save a third of your mortgage price and put it down as a deposit. That same mind, that same momentum can help you start a business or a side hustle that can actually give you the full amount to buy that house cash or build your dream house. Because it all goes down to mindset. It goes down to, I want to live. I don't care how I'm gonna get there, but I want to live. I want to stop surviving. I now want to live. How do I get there? I don't know. But as long as I am here, I have what it takes. I have everything. I have seen it happening to other people. I have seen people firing their bosses. I have seen people paying off their debts and paying off their mortgages, driving their own cars and dream cars. I can also do that. I can also do that. So how do you come from that thinking, no kugeria meni tu, actually I can do it? When you see those phone calls coming, you know you're not scared of answering them. And that is why this topic, as Priscilla said, it's a very serious topic. The two words that unfortunately maybe not many people think about them, probably because of how they have been programmed. Just like Shiro said, we've been programmed to when the shule usome ukue hi na hi, that's it. But it's something that we really wanted to tell our viewers and our followers to really think about. Think about it, because you don't want just to survive. You also want to show for what you have become, or what you are, something that will be seen in the future generations in your family. So thank you, ladies. I don't know if you have the parting shots or something that you'd like to add on that before we close down our today's session.
For me, I'll just say, stop living in a box. Get out of the box. Think out of the box. It's not about our 9 to 5, the shift work and all that. You know, a lot of us, when we have a job, we think we need a second job. We go and find another job where we are being employed. If you have that one job and you need that second job, think about employing yourself. Think about starting a hustle. As Betty said before, somebody actually wrote and said, don't think of your side hustle as a side hustle. Think of it as a legacy you're leaving for your family, because that hustle is yours. And the time that you make those millions and billions of money, you're leaving it for a legacy for your family. So don't think of it as a side hustle. So think out of the box. Don't make decision out of fear. Find out about information. When we talk about this business, don't say, oh, those people I don't even know what they're talking about, yet you have not come to ask us about the information. So don't be afraid. Come and ask us information. Let us give you. And please, let's start about thinking about ways we can live and not surviving. Seriously, this world is too big, and we need at least 1 or 2, 3 years where we can live instead of surviving.
Absolutely. And by the way, just to add on that, this live is running on our Facebook profiles, our personal accounts, our Facebook pages, and also our YouTubes. So if you have any question, you can obviously go in there and send us a comment or a message, and one of us will get back to you. Priscilla, do you have any parting shots?
Yeah, I wanted to say, getting out of survival mode, for someone who's listening and you're in survival mode, takes action. So if you're surviving but you're fearful, nothing's gonna happen. But if you're surviving and you want to get out of that rut that you're stuck in, it'll still take intentional action for you to maybe learn something new, learn new skills, try out different things. So you need to take that action.
Yeah, action takers. We always say in our community, action takers of today are the millionaires of tomorrow. And I would definitely encourage that on everybody. And for me, as always, faith over fear. Yes, it's scary, especially when you're trying or starting something new, from work to whatever it is that you do. It's always scary at first, but nothing is gonna change unless something changes. So faith over fear. And as I said, we are on all our Facebook platforms and our YouTubes. So if you have any question or if you have anything that needs confirming, you can reach out to any of us. And as always, thank you for tuning in. And to everybody who has watched us, anybody who will watch the replay, we really appreciate you. And yeah, we hope to see you on the other side. Otherwise, enjoy your weekend and God bless you. Bye-bye.
And to all mothers out there, tomorrow as we celebrate Happy Mother's Day. And either with mother, grandmother, godmother, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Thank you.
Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day, guys, for tomorrow. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Bye.
Good night. Good day.
Good night.